Yes, true crime, a terrible sight. World of YouTube, it's time to tell my story. And the reason for bloody noses and death. I believe there is a connection. So the story is, as you can see, we have some nice skull heads. I love skull heads. I've been infatuated with skull heads for the mere fact of when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And how it goes is there was a mentally challenged person that lived in Air, Massachusetts. And my father knew him. I don't know how. For whatever reason, bear with me. For whatever reason, I just don't know, but he knew the guy. The guy would come over on daily visits. Well, not daily, but he used to come around. And boy, when he came around, he'd make you know it. And he'd always start off by saying, "Hey, Arthur! Hey, Arthur!" And he'd be yelling it. Because, he's mentally impaired or mentally challenged, right? I mean, he wasn't as bad as, the type of mentally challenged person that can't get out and do something. He used to ride a bicycle, couldn't drive a car, and he'd get real excited when he'd to talk about something when he found something. Or, like now, this is the thing, my father was into Native American and just finding relics, finding stuff throughout all Harvard, Air, Shirley, Littleton, Bolton. My father used to, even as a kid, for some apparent reason, he'd have a infatuation trying to find Native American stuff, which kind of leads me to why and why I am into it. But finding out, right, that there could be well enough said good amount of Native American in my blood throughout Canada, throughout New York, I can understand why. My my grandfather used to always talk, and I think it's about the Aquarius Indians, if I'm saying that right, from New York. And I have an article up on this YouTube channel of them, and they were 10 feet tall Indians. And I do have an uncle and some cousins that stand at least 6 feet, well, not 10, 6, between 6 and 6'5" feet, right? But due to the fact that my father was always doing something, always looking for something, and why I think he had this guy was to help him maybe, I want to say it was helping my father maybe look, because this guy had all the time in the world to go, that's what it was. He had all the time in the world, of course, to go look, because I think he never worked. He rode around all around town. He must have got he must have got Social Security, some kind of benefits. So when my father wasn't able to look, I think he recruited this guy to help him look. And mind you, mentally challenged, the guy went beyond of what he was supposed to be looking for. Jeez. And it's like, one of them shit moments. And I remember this as clear as day. And like I say, it was the beginning of my infatuation of skulls. So in his little quest, this guy, I forget his damn name, but he was a nice guy, though. I mean, don't get me wrong, he might have been mentally challenged, but he took a liking to me. You know, he was always getting excited when he'd find something for my father or find a location that my father... See, he was smart, but right, in other words, he was, and today we call it intellectual disabled. I think he might have been a little bit more on the mentally challenged side, but he was very smart, and he could find these locations. That's what his smartness was. His weakness, though, was what he was looking for. Oh, jeez. And this kind of put it all in a new perspective for my father. And I believe after this happened, he did not... right. He did not ask him to look for another thing. You can get me wrong, he meant well, but he did something that was mind-blowing. No, it wasn't murdering someone, killing someone to find something, this, that, but it was severe enough to say, whoa, slap your head, slam the brakes, whoa. And what it was, as you can probably imagine where I'm going with this, because as you can see on my screen, I have 2 skulls. And one day I was sitting at the table, and I hear him walk through the door, and I hear a paper bag. And all I hear through the house is, hey, Arthur! Hey, Arthur! And he was all excited. This today, man, he was real excited. And he was loud when he used to say this, too. I mean, hey, Arthur! Hey, Arthur, I got something for you. I found something. Now, due to the fact that my father, mind you, when he find these Indian relics, not only did he donate some to Mystery Hill in Salem, New Hampshire, and got a free pass, mind you, that someone stole from his house. I'm pissed off at that because I wanted it, but he used to... I'll be back.